As the blind king of Hastinapura, I yearned to know the happenings on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. My charioteer, Sanjaya, blessed with divine vision, became my eyes.
My lord, the vast armies are arranged strategically, ready for the epic clash. Duryodhana, your ambitious son, stands confident, his army a symbol of his insatiable hunger for power. He has chosen the might of his army over the path of righteousness, blinded by the allure of the throne.
Behold, advisor Drona, the size of our army. Prominent warriors like Bhishma, yourself, Karna, and many more stand ready. Victory is inevitable with such formidable forces on our side. But beneath my confident words there lies a current of unease. We face our own kin in this battle for supremacy.
Across the battlefield stood the Pandava army, smaller in number but unwavering in spirit. Led by Yudhishthira, the righteous king, they represented Dharma, duty, and justice. Each warrior, from the mighty Bhima to the strategic Sahadeva, had pledged their allegiance to the cause of righteousness. Their presence was a stark contrast to the Kaurava army's overwhelming might, representing the eternal struggle between good and evil.
As I stand among the Pandavas, the greatest archer, my chariot ready, I am about to face my own kin, my grandfather, my teacher, my cousins. The battlefield promises only destruction. A wave of doubt washes over me. Is this the only way to resolve the conflict, to uphold Dharma? The sight of my loved ones, now my enemies, fills me with dread and despair.
The silence of anticipation was shattered by the deafening blast of Bhishma's conch. The sound echoed across the battlefield, a chilling reminder of the impending carnage. This marked the beginning of the end, the point of no return. Warriors on both sides responded, their conches roaring their defiance and determination, creating a symphony of war cries that reverberated through the hearts of all those present.
Sound of Krishna blowing his conch. The sound that emerged from my conch, Panchajanya, was not one of war but of serenity, a stark contrast to the cacophony surrounding us. It was a reminder of the divine presence amidst the impending chaos, a beacon of hope in the face of despair.
Sound of Arjuna blowing his conch. My heart heavy with doubt, I blew my conch, Devadatta, the sound echoing my growing turmoil.
The armies surged forward, the clash imminent. Yet amidst the chaos, Arjuna felt a profound sense of unease.
Krishna, please, drive my chariot between the two armies. I need to see, to truly understand the faces of the enemy I am about to fight, the very people I am bound to by blood and kinship.
Sound of chariot moving. I complied with Arjuna's request, moving the chariot to a position where he could see the faces of those he was about to engage in battle. Grandfather Bhishma, his face etched with the wisdom of ages, and teacher Drona, his eyes filled with reluctant duty, stood on the opposite side.
The sight of his kin, ready to fight and die for a cause he himself was questioning, pierced Arjuna's heart. The weight of kinship, Arjuna's crisis of conscience. Arjuna was overcome with despair.
I see my cousins, teachers, uncles, and elders, their faces etched with determination and a strange sense of resignation. These are the very people I've grown up with, shared meals with, learned from, and respected. Now they stand on the opposing side, ready to lay down their lives for a cause that seems to have lost its meaning.
The weight of his duty as a warrior clashed violently with his love for his family. He questioned the very purpose of the war, the meaning of Dharma and the price of righteousness.
Is victory worth the blood of my loved ones? Can I live with the guilt of slaying my own kin, even for the sake of justice? My heart, torn between duty and love, cries out in anguish.
The illusion of victory. Arjuna questions the purpose of war. Arjuna saw beyond the immediate consequences of the war.
I envision the aftermath, a Pyrrhic victory that leaves behind a trail of shattered families, a kingdom drowned in the blood of its own people. What good is a kingdom built on such immense suffering, a throne stained with the blood of my kin?
His words echoed the timeless dilemma of humanity, the futility of war and the illusion of victory.
What is the point of this struggle for power, this insatiable hunger for land and possessions? Is it not all fleeting, destined to turn to dust in the grand scheme of time? My despair resonates with the human experience, the eternal struggle to find meaning in the face of suffering and loss.
The devastation of war. Arjuna foresees the catastrophe. Arjuna foresaw the destruction of his lineage, the corruption of societal values, and the erosion of Dharma that would follow this war.
I see widows mourning their husbands, mothers grieving for their sons, and children orphaned by the insatiable hunger for power. The very fabric of society, woven with threads of love, kinship, and duty, seems to be unraveling before my eyes.
His words were not just those of a warrior on the brink of battle, but of a man who understood the profound impact of violence on the human soul.
I recognize the cyclical nature of conflict, where hatred begets hatred, and violence only breeds more violence. True victory lies not in conquest, but in the pursuit of peace and understanding.
Despair and inaction, Arjuna lays down his arms. Overwhelmed by sorrow and doubt, Arjuna's resolve crumbled.
My bow, Gandiva, slips from my grasp, and my body trembles with the weight of my anguish. I declare my unwillingness to fight, to be a pawn in this senseless game of power and bloodshed. I would rather face the consequences of inaction than live with the burden of slaying my own kin.
His despair was not that of a coward, but of a man who understood the true cost of war.
This is a cry for a different path, a plea for peace and understanding in a world consumed by greed and ambition. My dilemma marks the beginning of my journey toward enlightenment, my quest for a higher truth that transcends the battlefield.